Binance launches a $500 million fund to provide loans to Bitcoin miners. JP Morgan sitting on $1.2 trillion. Bitcoin miners hold onto rigs, betting the bull run will continue. People's Bank of China reports 360 million digital currency payments. Cryptex is launching a token that tracks the overall NFT market cap. Tether says it no longer holds commercial papers. Turn Coin Telegraph articles into NFTs, early access for 500 readers. DigiDaigaku is going to Super Bowl with a new ad. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Assets of Value podcast. Today, on 14th of October, and every day, we connect to give an industry's insider's perspective on crypto, Web3, and NFT topics. We are the founders of Assets of Value, a Web3 research organization. We aim to discuss, inform, and share opinions of the hottest Web3 topics. Our podcast is not to be taken as legal or financial advice. Let's jump straight into it. Abe, how's the market looking today?
Hi, Shab. We had a quick recovery from Bitcoin's late night fall. We almost fell to sub 18K levels in the futures market, and it was around 18.2K in the spot market in Binance. So we are seeing quite a pullback right now, and Bitcoin is sitting at 19.4K, which is well above its 19K support level. And we are seeing a market cap bounce of 4.6% in the last 24 hours. And on top of that, we are seeing Bitcoin dominance starting to reduce in magnitude. So this might mean good times for alts ahead, especially for low cap altcoins. And Ethereum is doing perfectly fine, about $1,300, and I think the market should be tilting in favor of alts anytime soon.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm just wondering, it being Friday, will that move happen over the weekend? We always know that big price movements do happen, and whether or not they stick into Monday and then continue going in trend or range is yet to be seen. Couple of major stories to discuss. Let's start with Uniswap receiving some funding.
Yeah, Uniswap received over $160 million, and you have to take it in the context, right? Uniswap is the biggest AMM, the biggest DEX on Ethereum right now, and when a DEX receives funding to continue its operations to enlarge, it says something about the market, because if the investors believe that Bitcoin is going to maybe 15K, 14K, why would they invest in Uniswap? Of course, Uniswap is a DEX. It makes money when a lot of people trade crypto in it. But as of now, the volume is really low. People are not trading crypto. Either they have just ran away, or they are just hodling their crypto, but they are not trading it anymore. So if investors are happy about investing in Uniswap, I think that speaks up about the market strength, because I think finally the market is healthy again. And on top of that, Uniswap has added ZK Zing to its supported networks. Uniswap might be maybe accelerating its growth right now, and the token as a result is up 13% today.
What is the significance of Uniswap adding ZK Sync as part of its infrastructure?
Yeah, it's a really good question, because we see there's a layer 2 war ongoing. Especially we have lots of layer 2 solutions coming up, right? Optimism, Arbitrum, Starknet, Starkware, and zkSync. And adding these layer 2s one by one as the supported networks ensures that Uniswap will stay in the limelight.
So what is that? What benefit is it bringing? Yes, Uniswap is on the Ethereum chain. Yes, it's one of the first, if not the first DEX. Is it the first?
No, it's not, but it's the most prominent one.
Well, it's a major player within DEXs. So if ZK Sync is coming as part of the offering, are we expecting transaction to take place on a layer two and then transfer over? Or how's it going to actually work for someone that's used to using Uniswap, connecting their MetaMask wallet? As a user, are they going to see any differences?
As a user, they are not going to see any major differences because they get this added functionality to trade on any of these networks. And Ethereum is not really for the normal users, it's for big layer 2s, it's for business users so that they can trade without the fear of gas fee. For a common user, Ethereum is too pricey to afford because a transaction can cost you around $5 to $6. That's not cheap, right? That's not how you want to scale. What will happen is all these layer 2s will constitute the trading volume, I mean the gas volume on Ethereum, and we cannot outrun these layer 2 chains because the gas limit they will be placing will be so high, and we can easily see $30 Ethereum transaction in pretty no time.
I've already seen those earlier in the year when the Ethereum chain was congested. Purchasing an NFT with a $28 gas fee was pretty normal. It's what made me look into Solana in terms of an NFT, not only for the transaction time, but also the next to zero fees when purchasing an NFT. So, lots of positive notes to look forward to. You started that update with the positive vibes. I would say that the price action of tokens and coins is potentially misleading. It's been in a ranging market. We know that Solana has lost its $30 range that it's been in since June. But the fact where we see investors investing, Binance helping out Bitcoin miners, JP Morgan sitting on $1.2 trillion cash, you got these big firms that are just waiting on the sidelines to just pile in. I think there's a lot of positive sentiment waiting for that right time. Many believe a flash crash is all it's going to take, and then and will begin the bull run that everyone is waiting for.
Even if we crash, it will be a flash crash. There won't be sustained liquidity at lower levels because when Bitcoin crashes to maybe, let's say, 16K, people will be ready to buy at Bitcoin at that level. So if you really want to buy Bitcoin at 16K, just place some limit orders. We know given any time a crash can happen, and it's pretty normal in a bear market. And with a crash, proper flash crash, we'll see the firepower for the next bull run.
We're all eagerly waiting for such actions to happen. Staying with the positivity, JP Morgan's sitting on 1.2 trillion cash. Where's that come about? I mean, you can't put it past them. They have been waiting for such moments and sitting on a huge cash reserve. What's the latest with JP Morgan and any moves that they've announced or what they're eyeing up?
So JP Morgan just claim that they have this 1.2 trillion dollars, but they say it's 1.2 trillion dollars, not 1.2 trillion worth of assets. So that tells me that maybe, just maybe, they are just waiting to invest in the right time. And JP Morgan are not fans of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but probably they'll invest in the stock market, which is still good for crypto because when the stock market pumps, Bitcoin will follow. And when Bitcoin will pump, alts will follow. And the whole market will follow Bitcoin. It's a kind of positive news, especially for Web3 people. And I'm wondering why they are keeping cash because they can just buy securities from US government, right? Because they offer 4%, and it is quite certain that US will respect the bond. So if they are not willing to wait 1 year, then we'll have to assume that the bear market, the bottom of the bear market should occur between 6 months and 1 year. So that will point us to a space where the we'll might see the Bitcoin bottom and the crypto bottom in 2023 May June that levels.
So let's start saving is the name of the day. Um, Moving on now to Tether. We covered a headline there saying that Tether no longer holds commercial papers. Why is that significant?
I think it's a smart move from Tether because we have been battling the uncertainty around Tether for so long because Tether had some links with Evergrande. You know, Evergrande is probably the biggest Asian builder and certainly the biggest builder in China. So Tether was accused of holding Evergrande's commercial papers, and since Evergrande is failing, Tether might follow the suit. So, with the recent announcement, Tether makes it clear that they don't have any commercial papers in their custody. That's pretty good news for Tether, and that's pretty good news for, especially for the stability of the market. Because trust me, we don't want to see a USD kind of event anytime soon in crypto. A collapsing USDT would be another blow on the crypto stablecoin market.
It would be catastrophic for sure. USDT is the preferred coin that I trade in, whether I am transferring exchange to exchange wallet or peer to peer. So yeah, I'd have to agree that if anything happens to that USDT peg, then I think it's going to really shake up the crypto market as a whole. Talking about the crypto market and with these cryptocurrencies, Binance is launching a 500 million fund to provide loans to Bitcoin miners. Why are they doing that? Why is Binance, the powerhouse that it is, funding Bitcoin miners?
Oh, the move is quite simple. Binance wants to keep the game going. And a lot of respects goes to ZC, who understands the needs of the miners. See, miners has been in lows ever since Bitcoin fell below the 22K mark, so they are not profitable at all. What happens if Bitcoin miners stop mining Bitcoin? It will be catastrophic, right?
For sure. Binance to the rescue. I wonder what SBF has got to say to that. He sees SZ helping out miners, like you said, to keep the game going. Is it a game, or is it sympathy, or is it the fact that by providing loans, he's liquid, right? By providing loans, he's also got another revenue stream in this bear market, and in a way, he's kind of now got the market or the miners in his pocket who are actually now working for him. On a separate story, but kind of related, Bitcoin miners are holding on to rigs. So there was a sentiment that because they were in a loss, the fair price being somewhere between 20 and 22K, there was a real fear that Bitcoin miners were going to not only sell their Bitcoin but also offload their miners. But it seems like sentiment is shifting amongst the mining space where Bitcoin miners are now holding onto their rigs.
I'm not seeing Bitcoin rocketing off again in the next 1 year because there's enough money that can pump Bitcoin to back to 69K and 70K levels. But there's not enough willpower to do that. See, Bitcoin is a risk on asset. When people are ready to take risk, when people are greedy, Bitcoin pumps a lot. But as of now, people are afraid. People are afraid that they lose their money because they have lost in the stock market, they have lost in crypto, they have lost holding gold, they have lost doing everything. I think people are really afraid to do anything with their money right now. That doesn't fit well within the inflation regime. We might see an extended bear market. So the bear market will see its 1 year anniversary in the next month. We might see another year in the bear side for the better days, of course. I can see Bitcoin rallying to 75K, 80K in the next bull run. So great days ahead, I think. And sure, what's happening within the NFT space?
NFT space, the sentiment is the same. It's very flat. It's very difficult to see volume coming in, and I think that's mirrored across the crypto and Web3 space at the moment. What the areas, if we were to look at from a industry perspective, then there's a lot of excitement around gaming and NFTs. I think there's going to be a shift to move into in-game assets which are transferable across blockchains and across games, I think that's going to be a huge incentive for blockchain games and gamers and everybody involved. Um, Immutable X is certainly waving that flag, and they have got some major NFT collections and ecosystems on board. And now, so definitely in the NFT space, there's use cases around gaming, rightly so, because most innovation happens through gaming. It's the gamers who necessarily adopt and test out new initiatives. Look at Fortnite, for example. They sold $400 million worth of digital skins. That kind of figure is actually more than the big popular fashion brands out there. Now, what is that saying? This is only going to increase if you've got a digital game that's being adopted by people playing at home and their avatars are constantly changing outfits. That market is generating more cash than some of the biggest brands out there. And that's where I think the most exciting experimental elements are happening. Yes, we're seeing a trend around builders. They are continuing to build silently. Collections are struggling for liquidity and often downsizing in terms of their ambitions, their staff, just to kind of keep the lights on. But then again, if we look at the headlines that we mentioned, we've got Cryptex launching a token that tracks the NFT marketplace. We have Cointelegraph turning its articles into NFTs. You got DigiDaiku, which is an NFT collection, now securing a Super Bowl advert. So this is only going to be a growth area, and more money is going to come into this as realization picks up. If you look at Formula One and its sponsors, a lot of them are crypto firms. Tezos is a chain that's trying to push its NFTs, and they are over a lot of the F1 cars and teams and general branding. So the market is flat. The traders and hodlers are flipping and moving from one collection to another. I don't think that we're in the bottom. I think the NFT market is illiquid. So you can put in cheeky offers and secure a really good deal if you are looking and are able to hold on to this for the long term. There's bargains to be had for sure.
So let me share you a funny story. Today, one of my friends, he asked me what's Lazy Lions. So I told him it's an NFT on Solana. And I wondered why he's asking me that because he's never interested in NFTs. He's a Bitcoin OG. He invested in Bitcoin in 2013, believes Bitcoin is the only real crypto. So he told me that his favorite animal is lion and he was looking for some cool wallpapers and he actually stumbled upon Lazy Lion NFT. That means there's a lot of people ready to buy NFTs. They just don't know how to buy and why should they buy it. So there will be a time soon enough people will be rushing to buy their favorite artwork, their favorite NFTs.
That's a brilliant story. It just gives us an insight to an average consumer's mind. He likes lions. He wanted to get a wallpaper. He wanted it to be on the blockchain, and he went to Lazy Lions. What's actually quite funny is one of our clients commissioned us for some writing around the Lazy Lions collection. So that's certainly resonating with me. But yeah, we have to call it time. It's been a pleasure, super fun. I'm glad we were able to jam today. Until next time, thank you everybody and signing off.